Okay, we have sound. Okay, we have sound. If everyone else can just say something real quick.
Something
Say
real quick.
something.
If everyone else can
Say something quick.
Hiya.
Say something.
Are we saying things quick? You can say things quick.
Was that quick enough?
I don't think you were quick enough. Try it again. Quicker.
We have audio.
Woohoo!
Okay.
Oh my goodness. Hello, viewers. Welcome to the Story Told's new AP, Fabula Ultima Echoes. I am one of the hosts of the Story Told, Logan. It is a pleasure to have you all here. I'll let everyone make introductions here in just a moment. But before that, we are proud members of the D20 Radio Network, as well as being partnered with Fool's Moon Entertainment. In addition to that, if you put the code StoryTold10 into your... Sorry, my dog's doing something weird. In addition, if you put the code StoryTold10 into your order for Fanroll Dice and Metallic Dice games, you'll receive 10% off. So, I'm going to let Jarn take it away, and we can do introductions, and we should be good to go. We have audio today. I figured it out, guys. I figured it out.
Yay!
Hi, I am Just Jarn. Whoa! I am Just Jarn. I'm going to be GMing these lovely people through the adventure of Fabula Ultima Echoes. You can find me on Blue Sky, Instagram, Just Jarn. You'll definitely find me. But aside from that, I'm looking forward to this adventure.
I am too. Who would like to go next?
I say Rylan. Rylan needs to go next.
Okay, hi, hello. I'm being voluntold. I'm Marilyn. You can't really find me on anywhere. I do not have social media, unfortunately. But tonight I will be playing the part of Amelia, and I am always happy to be here.
I can go next. Hi, I'm Sunny. I'm also known as Ferret of the Forest at Blue Sky and Ferret in the Forest in Instagram. And I'm clearly not a ferret. Sorry for anybody that's disappointed, but I promise I have the soul of one. So watch your socks. I might steal them.
Noted.
Hi, I'm Carlos. I will be playing Benjamin Creases, also known as Benji. And I will be picking my socks from Sunny.
All right, so let me go ahead and get us all started. As we are going to be telling the tale of these individuals, these heroes that are going to be found in Emir, a mass dystopian city which encompasses, I should say, the entirety of this world. So much so that the world itself doesn't even have a name anymore. It is just known as Emir. That is all. And so give me one quick second. And we will start with...
I'm being told that there's an echo.
Oh.
So,
There's an echo.
Yes.
Hmm.
whose echo is it?
I'm not sure.
I
I
think
only
it
have
might
it
be
when I turn on my
Logan.
audio for the Twitch stream. If you have Twitch on, I would suggest muting your video because that will cause an echo.
All right, so we are looking upon a massive city. Emir stretches from one end of the world to the other. In fact, the city encapsulates the entirety of the world. This is a city that is divided by those who have and those who have not. This is a city that has been built upon itself over thousands of years. And for the most part, the ruins of the city are basically where those that have not thrive and survive. Well, perhaps not thrive, but much more survive. Those that live on the top tier of the city, upon the elevated buildings and skyscrapers that pierce through the heavens, the Moonies as they are known, within the cradle of the moon, these individuals are those that have. And so they look down from their towers upon the individuals below them. At this point, we are going to realize that this is a world of disparity. There is definitely an understanding that only those who have wealth and power are able to live and thrive within the city. Those beneath that have to survive as best as possible. But what gives one power here? What has given the potential for Ymir to grow? You're going to find out quickly that in Ymir, the resource that is tapped in order to be able to give those in power the means to governance is magic. The very life essence of the world that streams about. Back in a period of time where Ymir did not exist, the world was vibrant in spiritual energies. The trees grew tall, the plains were widespread, and for the most part, one could feel alive within nature. But with the machinations of Ymir, and as time went by, it was bottled, it was factoried, it was used as a means for power. And thus, the energies, the life energies within Ymir have begun to run dry. Several of the neighborhoods in Ymir, portions of the city, don't have what is known as a ley line. Basically, in short, the ley line, which carried the magical essence, has dried up, and for the most part, has all but abandoned the city in those portions. Most of the individuals within the top echelon of society have gone ahead and repurposed and rebuilt themselves. Any sort of factory or any sort of means to diverge as much energy to themselves as possible. This is a world where people suffer. This is a world where people die beneath the heels of industry. This is a world where four characters are going to meet up, and whether they would like to or not, or whether perhaps they want to stand against the might of those all the way at the top in order to do good for those at the bottom, or perhaps to reestablish a sort of balance within this world, they're going to come together. They're going to become the bearers of the past, and they're going to hear the sound of the echo. And so, my friends, I turn to all of you. The train is the only means of transportation that connects most parts of the city together. The mass train systems, again, for those that are a little bit more out towards the outlier regions of Ymir, haven't seen a train kind of run by in years. But for the location, or for the locations that are near towards the center of Ymir, where the moon's cradle can be found, the trains run decently well and on schedule. It is actually a highlight for any individual, not from the moon's cradle, to be able to ride upon a train. So, in a way, it's strange that the four of you are currently sitting upon this train. You're going to notice that the car that you're in is completely empty. Seats available to almost all, being able to hold a large swath of population, is absent of a population to sit there. It almost seems gloomy to be sitting inside of this car as the train whizzes by, and you look out the window and you see the skyline of Ymir passing by. At this moment, the four of you kind of look at each other. There probably is perhaps some recognition between a few of you, and for the other faces, they're probably going to be new. At this point, I would like to ask you all to go ahead and describe your characters. And we are going to start with Logan. Just a description of your character. How are they themselves kind of in this moment as the train whizzes by?
He is very indicative of a husk with pale, unblemished skin, wide eyes, very thin, almost emaciated, but healthy for all of that. With there's a distinction. He does have white blonde hair and bright eyes, and he has on like traveling garb, which is like a thigh-length coat, probably of like fake leather, and like cargo-ish kind of pants and boots. He has a lip piercing, and he has a long, weird object that's wrapped up in a scrap cloth from various different things that's kind of attached to his back while he stands on this train holding a pole.
Excellent. And so now we're going to go ahead and turn our attention to DEX 5491.
Okay, so D is sitting on one of the benches, looking kind of stoic as she watches the scenery go by. She's very pale. She has ash white hair that goes down to her shoulders, and her bangs actually cover her left eye. If at any point she were to accidentally move those bangs, you would see a tattoo at the corner of her eye that from far away looks like a mole, but up close you realize is a number. She's wearing a not very fancy dress and shoes that don't quite fit, boots that are too big for her feet but serve their purpose. And across her back, she has a something wrapped up in heart. That's clearly most likely a weapon, but you're not entirely sure.
Excellent. And so now we turn our attentions towards Benjamin Chrysis, aka Benji.
Benji's just sitting there, kind of just looking out the window, worried about the fact that these people that he's in the car with him might actually recognize him as something that he's trying to run away from. He is a Mooney. He is of caramel complexion, dark eyes, dark hair. Right now, usually he likes to mess up, but right now he's wearing a very top hat, very steam-like with goggles over it. And he has a scar over his right eye. That scar would actually indicate that he would be a Mooney, but I feel like that's something more or less that they use within the community to distinguish each other. He has a really pretty big sword that is probably almost half his height, that he created himself out of gears. He's dressed as very steampunk, has a very steampunk coat, who can also lose its sleeves, but you know he's just an 18-year-old boy who's just trying to figure out where he wants to be, and the one place he doesn't want to be is at the Moon's Cradle. Again, he's trying not to make sure that none of these people can look at his face because he does not want to get all identified as the one thing that they probably dislike.
Excellent, excellent. And finally, we are going to be looking at Amelia.
Amelia is bent double. Her foot is tapping on the floor of the train. She, for all intents and purposes, appears a little anxious, a little lost. For all her golden glamour, she's healthy, flushed, with golden, about shoulder-length hair, but she's very clearly nervous, and it shows. There's a nervous energy about her.
Excellent. Again, you hear the rails beneath you, and it's almost a calming and soothing sound. Although your anticipation does not allow you to relax, you're all on edge at this moment. The train continues to move, the city continues to whirl past by as you're watching. At this point, you're going to see that upon Luca, upon your person, your crow is going to begin to ring. Crows, again, the crow is just a common communication item within Emir.
Okay. And it's ringing?
It is beginning to ring. The sound kind of causes everyone to look startled in your direction as they kind of realize the sound immediately.
I'm looking at it.
You see that the number coming through offers no information. Unknown caller.
I pick it up, but I don't say anything.
The voice that calls out from the other side, as soon as you pick up, goes ahead and offers a, "Can you hear me, Luca? It's I, Cersei." At this point, Luca, you begin to recognize the name. It was the name of your contact, the individual that was actually hiring muscles and people and individuals with skill to tackle on this request.
Hello.
It took you a moment, but fine. Anyways, at this point, you should be making your way towards the Nostrand district. You're going to be getting off at the next station. Do you understand what the mission entails? Or do you need me to repeat myself?
Why don't you explain it to me again? Just so I understand you crystal clear.
You see, for a moment, you can hear a long sigh coming from the other side of the phone. At this point, she goes and she says, "Very well. Are the others there with you?"
I look at the three of them. Yes.
Well then, just put me on speaker. I'll be more than happy to announce what's going on.
I put her on speaker.
You guys hear the sound of some crackling coming from Luca's crow, and at this point, a voice begins to issue out. This is a very familiar voice to all of you. Probably have heard it once or twice before, and the name Cersei is one that's often dropped as a person, a purveyor of swords, an individual who likes to acquire items that don't necessarily belong to her, but specifically from Moonies. At this point, I would even dare say that Benji, you probably have heard Cersei's name, but again, this time around being more of a threat to your family more so than anything else. I don't know how much information you got, but this is the deal. I need you all. The Nostrand Corporation is beginning to work, Nostrand Industries is apparently working on a top secret item. The little intel that I was able to receive makes mention of a factory location within the Nostrand district to which you may be able to find this item. I would like you to go and try to acquire it. At this point, I will say the danger is relatively extreme. Your death is perhaps going to occur, but I have full hopes, at least from the individuals that I was able to speak with who hired you on my behalf, that you will come out of this doing very well. Any questions?
Benji has a question.
Go ahead, Benji.
I'm still not looking. Benji sits there. I'm still not looking at anyone. He goes, "What's in it for us? Why should we risk our lives for an item? What is the item, and what do we get?"
You ask too many questions.
Well, I need to know these things if I'm going to risk my life. Don't you want to know what you're risking your life for?
I know what it is.
Presumably money.
She didn't mention that. It's just money, then I would have asked.
Yes, Benji, you will all be paid a hefty sum if you're able to acquire the item and return it to me. As to what the item is, well, that is a secret that only Nostrand knows.
Do we have to leave the facility standing?
Oh, I don't care for any facility that Nostrand owns. If you want to bring it down, be my guest. It would be better for me anyways. Well, better for many. She begins to kind of offer a slight giggle over the phone. Yes, do what you will.
Understood.
Well then, if you need me, you know how to contact me. And with that, she goes ahead and you hear the sound of the phone clicking as the call is disconnected. In the next instance, all of your phones begin to ring momentarily, alerting you. And the crows, when you look at them, are going to notice a layout of maps, kind of the surrounding area within Nostrand, specifically the building that apparently is holding this secretive item. And so, the train continues to move. Is there anything that you would like to offer to one another? Any introductions that you would like to do or perform before we continue?
He's good with just keeping quiet.
Excellent. All right. At this point,
John,
go
I
ahead.
got that stuff to add. I just can't get the quirk to add, so my HP and MP is messed up until we get that fixed.
No worries.
Okay.
All right. At this point, the train continues on. In what seems like an eternity, as again your anxieties begin to fret due to the possibility of death upon this mission. And again, nothing is ever assured, and specifically in Emir. But this in particular, it's like you know you're going into the lion's den. Your hands begin to shake, you begin to sweat a little, you feel a little uncomfortable, but you're going to go through with it. The mention that there is a Zenith reward at the end of this is all that much more tangible, and for you would be willing to commit this to this action or this task for the simple fact that Zenith can aid you and those that you know quite well if paid as handsomely as Cersei had mentioned. Eventually, the train begins to slow down. You find yourself surrounded by tall buildings. Here and there you see vehicles, both those that kind of hover above the ground as well as terrestrial vehicles moving about. You see crowds of people kind of gathered at the bows of these tall buildings as they move in the streets. There's a certain sense of beauty here, a neon kind of haze of a dream where everything glows in a neon light. At the same time, you see the bustle and crowds of people moving to and fro. As the train approaches the train station, an automatic message kind of sounds over. Nostrand Station. Please secure your surroundings. Prepare to disembark. At that point, the train comes to a full stop, and in the next instance, the door opens up. You all begin to step out. But, and I'm going to go ahead and pick, I'm going to pick D. D. The crater is where you're from. Well, in actuality, you don't know if you're from there, but the crater has become home for you, and so you have a sort of attachment to the crater. The crater is a distant location, a district that had been hit or impacted by a catastrophe. In its wake, the corporations, the governor over Emir, have decided to kind of let it go, opting to not take the time to repair or rebuild the district. And so the district had fallen to disuse and for the most part had become known as simply the crater. Although people, the more impoverished, try to survive within the crater, it is something of a lament, for the beauty of Emir is now tarnished by this massive crater, I should say, where the people have built hovels upon hovels, trying to eke out an existence even here. At this point, you are standing within the crater. Where do you think specifically Dee would hang out most of the time within the crater? Like her one spot?
Dee usually goes over by the orphanage or the school that are set up by members of the crater. People who fell on hard times that used to be teachers and health workers typically tend to gather there, as well as children. Dee tends to want to be around people, but not so much interact with them as just watch.
Excellent. And so you see that the children gather around as they see Dee. For the most part, you have always felt that people have always kind of eyed you differently, as though you are a stranger no matter amongst who you find yourself with. But in this moment, within the orphanage, you find that the children don't hold that same bias. And for the most part, upon seeing you, you see the children light up, smiles upon their faces, all of them kind of screaming out, "Dee's here!" And with that, begin to run towards you to try to embrace you. You'll see that the one sister, Costa, comes out, and you see that she walks over towards you, kind of just smiling, enjoying the levity of the moment as the children kind of swarm you. And again, all of them just asking questions, as children tend to. The sister comes out and she says, "Oh, I didn't expect you to come back so fast. Did everything go well?"
As well as it could. Is everyone okay?
You see that she hesitates for a moment. Sister Costa is not much older than Dee, yet she has this look upon her that seems wearied and tired, as though the years have been unkind and her responsibilities have overtaken her, causing much frustration and stress within her life. She goes ahead and wisps back some hair behind her ear. Dee, honestly, I don't know what to tell you. I would love to tell you that everything is great, but this cannot continue. At this moment, with everything, with Lily specifically, it's nothing for you to worry about.
How much is the medicine and where do I get it? You see that she hesitates for a moment, then turns her eyes up towards you. You see that in her blue eyes, she kind of reflects you for a moment, and you can see almost a lingering sadness there, just behind her iris. It's easily going to cost several thousand zenit, and I don't think Lily's going to be able to make it. I've done everything that I could, and sadly, we just don't have much more. What if I brought a chemist?
You see that she looks at you for a moment, and she says, "I don't think chemists are willing to come towards the crater."
I can make...
You see that she goes ahead, and she lowers her head with a smile. She's not trying to reprimand you, as she probably has done before, but this time she's just trying to kind of advise you in a friendly manner, and she says, "Dee, don't get physical, don't allow yourself to be taken like that. You can't force anyone. She is, but you can't force anyone to come this way."
Then I'll find a way to get the medicine.
You see that she goes ahead and she nods.
Give me the information for it. I'll make sure you get it. No life is worth losing over something so
She She goes ahead, and you see that she pauses for a moment. She turns, and you see her kind of walking over towards, and again, the furnishings here are very shanty, very ill put together. They will do in order to survive another day, but it's not something of luxury. And she kind of walks over towards a dresser that she has, and from it, she goes ahead and pulls out a small device. You've seen them before, most people own them. They're crows. She walks over towards you, and she says, "It is interesting. I don't believe our fortunes are ever well. But here in this instance, I feel as though perhaps there's a higher power calling us." And she hands you over the crow. And there you see that the call or the message, it was a message that had been texted to her, had come from one Circes saying, "I'm looking for someone."
I can do this. Just make sure she can hold on. Give her hope.
You see that Sister Costa goes ahead and nods towards you and smiles. "If anyone can, it's going to be you." And with that,
Humbling.
and at that point, I do apologize, we are back at Nostrand. The train has gone ahead, and you are all disembarked from the train. At this point, the party continues to follow the maps that Circe has sent over upon the crows. As you're moving about, you see massive crowds moving about. Individuals who live their lives unaware of the machinations and plots that are around them at all times. Or perhaps maybe they are aware, but they're just, frankly, there's nothing that they can do about it, and so they accept it. At this point, you'll notice that many of them kind of are looking at their crows, keeping their attention to themselves and trying to ignore the world around them. The map leads you through several streets as you pass by these monumental buildings. Several of these buildings, by the way, taking up entire blocks and then some. At one point, as you pass by, you would see a shop. The shop itself has various windows. You're going to notice that there are a lot of security drones kind of lingering about the shop, but prominently displayed at one of the windows, right behind one of these security drones that are just there, awaiting for anyone to do the wrong thing. You are going to see this antique instrument. Benji, what kind of instrument is it?
It's a clock. It's a very antique clock. But it doesn't tick the regular clockwise. It ticks counterclockwise. It's silver, and it has like a very shiny blue background behind the dials, and this clock has probably worth a lot of money because they say that this clock is from out of this world. It's not from this realm, it's from another realm.
And so, at this point, as you're looking upon this antiquity, this clock, you are reminded of a moment in time, perhaps not too long ago. You are located in Nostrand. Nostrand itself, or at least this part of the district, again, it is something of beauty and wonder, but like all things that are beautiful within this world, it has its thorns, it has its ugly side. And at this point, you recall, Benji, that you had actually been, where were you at when you first got the call?
I was leaving a merchant shop, trying to buy gear for my weapon.
The crow begins to sing. At this point, you kind of stop, almost surprised, because you weren't expecting anyone to call, and for that matter, you don't really receive too many calls. You thought that you had gotten rid of everything in regards to your past, even your previous crow, and at this point, it was kind of strange for you. You see that the man that is standing behind the counter, a rotund individual who has a graying beard, a bald head, and a stern gaze upon them, perhaps a soldier in a previous life, perhaps a guard as well for Nostrand itself. You see that he kind of calls out towards you and he says, "You're going to answer that."
I don't know if I should.
What's the hesitation?
Hey guys, I need to pause real quick. My fire alarm's going off. I'll be right back.
Oh,
Be safe.
yeah.
Are we pausing the stream, or are we just pausing? Where are we pausing?
I think we need to pause the stream because sound had to be.
Y'all go ahead and go. I'm gonna go on mute. Keep going. I'll be back in just a minute.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah.
It's if I answer this call, I'm afraid of what it might reveal. But maybe I should answer it.
You see that the large man kind of scoffs at the idea. He goes ahead, and you see him stand up from his sitting position behind the counter. At this point, he kind of goes ahead and waddles over towards you. You can see that the man has suffered some injury, hence the reason he does not walk as straight as he used to, and for the most part kind of gives or demonstrates the character of this individual. As he approaches, you kind of get this air, this aroma from him of some harsh liquor that he might have drank earlier. You see that the man kind of looks at you, and he's just like, "You know what you have to do. You just can't always be hiding. Your fortunes is always out there, and if you get a call like this, chances are it's probably, it probably could be trouble, but it could be something else entirely. Remember, I've been getting you those jobs you've been asking. The least you can do is actually answer that phone call," he says as he goes ahead and pushes a heavy-set finger towards your chest. The old man, by the way, you've only known him as Tank.
You're right, Tank. You've actually never let me astray, so, and your words are so wise. Let me just pick up this call. Could actually be fortuitous. But here we go. So I answer the call. Hello?
You hear the voice, a feminine voice, kind of call out. The voice is sweet, yet it is deep, carrying a certain sense of maturity to it. The voice goes ahead and says, I'm looking for Tank's prodigy. Is that you?"
Benji looks over at Tank and wonders if that is him. But there's no one else that Tank gives these jobs to, so Benji goes and says, Yeah, I guess that would be me. Who is this?
"Oh, excellent. I am Cersei. I have a job for you. I will send you the details now. Please, you must board a train as hurriedly as you can. More information is to come once you meet with the rest of the crew."
Cersei. Okay, I've heard of you. Alright, so this is a job. What does the job entail? Oh, well, you're not telling me at this point.
"Oh, as all jobs do, and I pay well. Money."
Got it. And where exactly will I be getting off?
First, you have to meet with your crew, and then you're going to find yourself towards the eastern end of Nostrand, the district towards where the warehouses are located at.
And this is where I will... This is where the job is?
Correct. But I do apologize. I would love to answer all your insufferable questions as much time as I had, but I have things to do. If you accept the job, please find yourself at the train station as accordingly as you can. Otherwise, don't worry about it. And with that, you see that the phone goes ahead and just disconnects. You'll see that Tank goes ahead and kind of is looking at you, and he's just like, all right, so what did they offer?
A job. Money's involved.
That's great. More money. You need more money so you can buy more things from me.
True words were never spoken. Yes, Tank, I have to get going. I have a train to board and a crew to meet. I will see you soon, Tank.
Well, soon, not too soon. Don't want you to be coming in here all hurt and all, but yes, when you have time, come make your way back and bring money, zeniths. You see that he goes ahead and he pats you on the back. There's almost a fatherly figure to Tank. Again, he is a man of business. He knows what he wants. He knows what he does. But he's always kind of looked out for you ever since you descended from the Moon's Cradle. He's taken on a role to kind of look out for you. Although, do you think you could ever truly trust him, is the question.
All I know is that so far, he's given me a lot of opportunities to grow as a fighter, to gain some wisdom, and gain some money. So as of right now, I think I can, as long as I have money, I can trust him.
Excellent. And so, the clock recalls from you a memory. Something about your past that kind of infers the idea of who you are, and the very few people that probably know that secret. Whether Tank is one of those individuals or not, that is up for you to decide. But you turn your gaze away, and you see that your companions continue moving on without you. They're not there to babysit you, and you are not there to babysit them. And again, once you kind of go... Once you've been on this job, or these types of jobs, you learn that most of the individuals, most of the participants happen to be in it for themselves. And so you shake off the thought, you let the memory just disappear into the back of your mind's eye, and at this point, you pick up your pace to go and gather up with your group. You all continue to walk. The sun rarely shines within Ymir. The clouds tend to choke the very heavens, pollutants that have been gathered over many, many years. Indeed, it's actually quite cold in Ymir. Some portions actually reaching below zero, just for the simple fact that the sun has not been able to pierce through the atmosphere to shine upon the ground. But towards the center, towards the heart, towards Moon's Cradle, you're going to see that every now and then a shimmer of sunlight comes through. The problem, though, is that it's probably not real sunlight. It's probably artificial sunlight from these massive dirigibles that fly within the air. At this point, all these spotlights kind of work together to provide this false luminescence within Ymir. You all continue to make your pace towards the factories. At one junction or another, the streets continue on, but the buildings begin to get smaller, not the towering monoliths that loom over you and most of the city, rather smaller, squatter buildings that seem to be more for individuals in an administrative level to work, to administer. And past them, the buildings become large once more, but in width as opposed to height. And here you see autonomous factories building and constructing all the time. At one point, you hear the sound of these machines kind of rattling to and fro as they're building something. The sound itself is unimportant. But at this moment, as you are listening to the sound, Amelia, You are taken away. Your thoughts turn elsewhere. They actually turn towards home and towards Kirkbray. You find yourself in an office. Kirkbray is a portion of the mirror where magic has been snuffed out. The people that live there, the people that try to eke out an existence, have learned to do so by going and reverting back to other sources of power. This is being more steam, coal, things that burn. And so you have the sense of almost a steampunk world within Emir. In one of these offices, you're going to see an individual. Their goggles over their eyes. You see that she goes ahead and she's hammering away with her hammer at this large piece of iron. You see that she's trying to mold this and putting it together. At the same time, you see that this person, her hair gray, tied up into a bun. You see that she has on overalls, and there's kind of like, again, this look upon her that she is a person that works with her hands. She turns her attention, and you can see her study. You'll see that in this office or the study, there are several relics and items, all things that she has been trying to put together, trying to make it have form and function within this world that, again, has no magic. All it has is steam. And so, like, you'll see, like, what looks like a TV on one side, or a monitor on one side, but it seems to not be receiving any sort of signals. You're going to see kind of like a radio there as well. But again, nothing comes through. And for the most part, she's just working, trying to concentrate on building the next thing that will work. At this point, she stops. She wipes away at her forehead, wiping away at sweat that has gathered, and she turns her attention towards you as you're standing there, Amelia. All right. Oh, I feel it in my back. Do you think you can swing at this thing for a while? We need to mat it out as much as possible. If we continue hitting it with the hammer, hopefully we'll be able to get this repaired, and then I'll be able to put it towards the project.
I can certainly take over for a while. Go rest. Put your feet up. All right. Put a compress on your back if it's hurting that much. Please, just lay down. I'll take care of it.
You see that she goes ahead and kind of chuckles and she says, "Lay down. There's not enough hours in the day for me to lay down. No. I just need you to take over for a little while. I'm going to go get a refreshment, but nevertheless, I will be here."
If you say, I still think you should rest. It would make it more productive.
There's enough time to rest when we're all dead. You see that she kind of walks over towards one of the tables, and you see that she pulls out a decanter. From the decanter, you see kind of this liquid inside of it. You can't honestly tell if it's water or something else. It has kind of this oily look to it, and you see that she goes ahead and begins to pour it into a glass. As she does so, she turns her attention towards you. You see her taking a long draught of this tankard. At this point, she lets out this massive sigh, and she goes, when you need something to really bite, oof, that Roderick, he knows how to make things.
If you say, it always tastes like swill to me.
That's because it probably is a step up from just regular swill. Or maybe a step down, who knows. At this point, she goes ahead and she leans on the table as you begin to work with your hammer, trying to hammer at the item. She turns her attention towards you. So, where is it that you came from again?
I don't know, does it really matter? We all end up in the same place anyway.
You see that she pauses for a moment, she puts her hand over her heart, and you see that she goes ahead and she's like, "I'm rubbing off on you. I like this. This is a new you."
Wow. New me, new life. It comes with the territory, doesn't it?
Well, honestly, many things come with many different territories. Although you still remain a mystery to me. I know that Beth left you here with me, I know that Beth left you here with me, but understandably, I think you'd be well as a student, but at the same time, I need to know something, anything. I've been asking for days.
You know my name. You know I'm one of a kind. What else is there that is pertinent? You don't know the half of it. And it's going to stay that way. What else? You got one. One more question.
One question. You see that she stops for a moment, she lowers a tankard, and you see the older woman go ahead, and she brings her hand up to her chin. She begins to tap her lips for a moment as she's considering this. She exclaims right there. She points her tankard, and she uses the tankard to point it towards you. And she says, "What's your favorite color?"
Blue. Like the sky. The natural sky. Or how it is in storybooks, at least.
For a moment, she kind of stands there, her mouth kind of opening agape, and you see that she's like, for a moment, she was about to say, "You've seen the sky?"
We're all there, right?
No, this is just her. Just Amelia for her flashback. So she comes on and she says, "Blue. Interesting. All right. Well, at this point she turns, she puts the tankard down, and she walks over, kind of setting her eyewear back, her goggles back onto her eyes, and she's just like, "All right, it's my turn. I can get back to it." Anyways, Beth said that she had something for you. Some tasks she thought you would be proficient in. Could make you some money.
Already? I thought we were having a nice thing going.
Well, I found out that your favorite color is blue. I think I've done my deed for the day.
What's this job? Task. Errand.
Well, and you see that she goes ahead and she fumbles in her pockets for a moment, kind of bringing out all these different tools. And at one moment, she goes ahead and fumbles as the crow comes out of her pocket. And she goes, "Here." She said, turns it on, and kind of shows it to you the message. The message just basically reads, "From Cersei, looking for a crew of individuals." And at this point, she hands it over towards you.
Amelia will read it over. How likely am I to die, given your professional opinion?
You see as she cocks an eyebrow, and she's just like guffaws for a moment, just kind of letting out a laughter, and she's just like, "Die? Oh, certainly, we're all going to die. I mean, unless you're that special," she says, mocking you.
I mean, specifically in this job. I know the end comes for us all anyway.
That I don't know. You're going to have to take those steps. But if you do make money, and if you bring in any sort of reward, that can go a long way to helping you out, setting you up a little bit better. Instead of being here with me, who would ever want to send you to live with me? Old Mallory, that's what that says. Old Mallory who's always by herself.
Oh.
If I wanted someone, she says, if I wanted someone, I would find someone, she says. And you see that
Did you not?
She clicks her tongue. She's like, they brought you here. I don't even think you want to be here. Anyways, go. Just go do whatever Beth asked.
I'll be back. I have to pass to you and make sure you rest anyway.
And so with that, you see that Mallory turns her attention back towards the iron plate, and she begins to wail her hammer upon it, trying to remove the dents from it and trying to flatten it out. At this point, you begin to make your way out, trying to get further information from the crow, only until long after you have left her shop, her study. Do you realize that you took her crow with you?
Oops. Now I have a reason to go back. A stronger reason.
And so, we now find ourselves standing within the factory, the lines of factories that are here. When I say factories, I mean these massive buildings, again, far more wider than tall, but each of them working and functioning, trying to harvest and trying to bring together the items, the machines, in order to encapsulate or in order to take and refine from the world the magics that are there. You're going to see that these factories, as you're passing by, have high walls meant to guard and protect the factories from the populace. You're going to see that drones as well as autonomous guards kind of patrol, waiting for any person to just cross a certain point for them to turn fire. As you're continuing to walk, moving towards the location of the factory that you are being sent to, you turn on the street, and at this point, you're going to see this factory kind of almost looking, this building that looks almost like every other one. The only difference is that this one is kind of standing out by itself. It's the largest that's there. This thing at least is several stories tall. You're going to see that the sign for Nordstrom Industries is all over it. You're going to see that there's heavy security as cameras gaze and watch for any sort of intrusion or intruders. At the same time, you're going to see massive gates, and you're going to see, again, the autonomous security systems kind of walking by to and fro. At one point, as you guys are beginning to discern how you're going to be breaking into the warehouse, you stop for a moment, and Luca, as you look down, you're going to see what looks like a few blades of grass that have pierced through the concrete floors and is protruding there, kind of trying to eke out an existence. Your thoughts, as you're looking upon this, kind of turn towards not too long ago.
He'll kneel down and touch these few blades of grass, and he'll speak out to the group telepathically with my navigator. I'll speak out to Benji because it's one ally. I apologize. You don't see much of this anymore, and his voice telepathically is significantly more confident than his verbal voice. It's a shame what you all have done to the world. Not you specifically, of course, but us, humanity. It didn't used to be this way. And then he stands up and like brushes his hands and looks down at the grass again before walking around it. Really troubled, very visibly troubled on his face.
And so at this point, as Luca walks, your thoughts are going to turn towards Orhava's garden. You don't recall exactly when it was that you had awoken. You don't recall exactly how you had awoken. You just recall that you were. The thought came into your mind, your eyes, your senses kind of processed everything, and you realized that you were, and that was all that mattered. At that point, life had been given to you. Or at least, perhaps, that's the way that you might have had deemed it. For the most part, it would have been like waking up from a long sleep. The gardens grow around you. You see the ruins of buildings that had long lost their worth and value within this world, and is just being eaten away with corrosion and time. As you step through the garden, you begin to realize that you recall exactly what these buildings were when they were still functioning. The problem now is that as you look around the gardens, you begin to realize something inherent that is both sad, but at the same time, true. Which is, the gardens are all artificial. All the plants there are artificial. None of them are truly real. At At this point, as you make your way towards one of the ruins, you're going to see a chair, and you're going to see a bench, and you're going to see that a older man, a person whose face is creased with age, whose hair is as white as the snow, and at this point kind of looks at you with these fuzzy eyebrows from underneath. He looks for you from underneath the fuzzy eyebrows, kind of turns his attention towards you. Please forgive me, sir. I just needed a moment's rest. I meant no trouble at all.
There's nothing to apologize for. Please rest. That is what a place like this is for, I presume.
You're not part of the Crucis family? He asks, kind of in a quandary as he's looking upon you.
No.
Oh, then don't you know you're not supposed to be in the gardens? Odhava, the ruins of Odhava are restricted only to the family of the moon's cradle.
He, smirks a little. Then what are you doing here?
You see that he kind of looks away from you, and you see him kind of looking down towards this pool of water that has collected just a few yards in front of him. The trees kind of angled over, perhaps old willows that seem to kind of fit the scene. You're going to see several bushes, some of them with flowers, kind of caught in time and space. And at this point, he kind of looks and turns his attention towards that, and he says, I was just hoping to see if I could recall what the world was before all of this.
Perhaps I could paint a picture for you. A mental picture, if you will. May I sit with you?
Oh, yes, please.
Those ruins there. Not eons, but many years ago. It was a castle with 13 spires. And over there was the stable. Horses ran there daily. It was jousting and feasts, and it was incredible. And down there, that was a very special place. I had my first kiss there.
You see that for a moment, he kind of looks at you, and he cocks one of his fuzzy eyebrows, and he's just like, perhaps you're just teasing an old man, and that's understood. The youth today don't respect their elders, but you make it seem...
He grabs his face with both hands and, stares at him very intently. I don't joke about this. There was a time when things were different, sir. You just have to dare to believe that they can happen again.
You see that again, he seems to just not wholeheartedly believe you. At this point, he's just like, how? You're jesting, you're joking with me. No, there's no way you would have recalled these things. That would put you, perhaps thousands of years old. There's no way.
I am but days old, sir. Days. But that doesn't mean that memory doesn't linger.
You see that the old man kind of looks at you, and you see he keeps his gaze on you for a moment, realizing, you're a husk.
When he does that, I speak into his head. My name is Luca, though. And this used to be my home.
Go ahead and do a insight willpower. The DL.
Insight willpower? What?
Insight willpower. You're literally speaking into this dude's head, and you're trying to convince him about something or talk to him about something. So, insight willpower DL is going to be, I'm gonna say it's going to be 10.
Big money, big money. Fuck my life, I got a 9. Can I use a Fabula point for something?
You can actually use a Fabula to either reroll with a trait, picking one of the traits off of your character sheet, trying to kind of explain as to why that trait would be working in that instance, or if you have a bond with someone, you can push using that bond in some meaningful way in order to add your bond level to the die roll.
Okay, well, I don't have a bond with him. So I will spend a Fabula point.
No, it could be a bond with anybody. As long as you have, as long as you make sense of it. So, at this point, you can say, oh, I have a bond with Benji. I recall the first time I spoke with Benji, and he didn't believe me, and he seemed a little bit, as weirded out as this old man. So I'm going to go ahead and push with that bond.
I think I'm just going to reroll willpower. I really want this man to believe this.
For sure.
That's better. 12. Was that the first roll of the game?
That is the first roll of the game. And
Huzzah.
you see that the old man goes ahead and he, for a moment, he's awestruck. He doesn't really say anything. He doesn't do anything. But then after a while, he goes ahead and you see that his eyebrows kind of lower back into its regular place as he normally would have had it when you first met him. And you see that he goes ahead and he says, stranger things have come and gone in this world. Who am I to say so? Say different. If you were the person that had lived here, then welcome home.
This was my home. He says this aloud now. I'm not so sure it is anymore. But perhaps one day it can be all of our home. My name is Luca Orava. I think this place was named after my family. Like I said, I woke up just a few days ago.
You see that the old man goes ahead and he says, you can call me Tomlin. I used to be a mercenary of sorts, but now as my age has caught up with me and time seems to run its course on a faster pace, I just want to take a moment and rest within this world before I'm gone.
Well, I certainly hope you have many more years to come. Perhaps I can call on you in the future.
You see that he goes ahead and offers a smile. You'll notice that it's a toothless smile, but it's one that is sincere. And at this point, he goes ahead and he says, perhaps the fortunes will hear you and grant that wish. But anyways, you seem out of sorts. And I would like to help you. Here. And with that, you see that the old man reaches into his pockets. In the next instance, he goes ahead and withdraws out a crow.
What is this?
This is a means to communicate within our time. It'll take you a moment to figure this out. I'll be more than happy to teach you. But this perhaps is, if I'm gone from this world, perhaps this is the one good thing that will be remembered for ages to come. And so he goes ahead and hands you over the crow. I used to be a mercenary once, as I had mentioned. They often will send jobs that you can perform. This is a good way for you to be able to establish yourself. Perhaps you can pursue that dream of reestablishing your realm here.
Thank you, Tomlin. I won't forget this. It seems like kindness is hard to come by here.
He slightly chuckles at that. It is a breathy chuckle. You can hear that, again, you can hear from him the inside of his body, a wheezing that's there. He comes out and he says, "You have no idea. But you will. You will." At this point, the crow lights up, and there is a message there. The message written just reads, "From Circes, I am looking for individuals with unique abilities." And with that, you are brought back.
He shakes away the memory and smiles as he's kind of fallen back and sees the three of his companions kind of have moved forward, and just smiles. It seems one kind act leads to another. Perhaps this world can change. And he begins to start unwrapping this massive rifle at that point.
So, I think at this
No,
moment...
that's not a euphemism, Sonny.
Not you, Logan. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to give you a panic attack.
Oh, no,
I should have tagged. My bad.
I'm just giving you shit. I'm sorry. I'm trying to be silly. I apologize.
Okay.
My joke did not land.
No worries. So, I think that we should take a quick commercial break and then get some refreshments and then come back, because the next part is all you guys. You try to figure out how to get into the facility.
Fantastic.
Yes.
A lot of dice rolls, a lot of pew-pew. It's going to be great. Come back.
What time are we back at?
And we're back. Hello again, everybody, for part 2 of session 1.
Hi. Hi.
How's it going?
Did you miss us?
All right. I did. I did miss you. And we're here the entire time. That's good.
Yeah.
So taking you back. It's okay. A good giggle should always be had. At this point, you guys are back in the streets of Emir. You're seeing that the firmament is covered in thick clouds. Very little light comes from the celestial bodies, and for the most part, you can see that these streets are basically giving off these auras and glows coming from street lamps and from signs, neon signs that have cropped up all over the place. You're standing in front of this massive building. You can see that it is part refinery. And you can see that is also part of manufacturing. You'll see that the large refiner tanks are in the back. You'll see you can count easily at least 20 of them. Wherever stands one of these refinery tanks, you're going to see that smoke emits, filling into the air. And you hear the sound of work being done upon items within the manufacturing company itself. There are many guards. It's going to be considerably difficult to try to get in there, but you are all intrepid individuals, mercenaries, brought about due to your unique skill sets. The question I'm going to leave to all of you is, how are you going to proceed?
So, before anything else, D is already kind of like scanning and taking note of where all of the guards are, but also looking for people in other uniforms besides the guard uniforms, like for standard workers. And she's kind of like tracking where they're going and if anyone is her size.
Insight check, please. TN or DL is going to be, I will say it's going to be 10.
All right, now how am I rolling this?
So if you go into your character sheet, you should see on the right hand side a free roll or a roll check. You can click on that roll check. So it looks like you're gonna see 3 dice. One that says open check, roll check, group check. Click on roll check. Then you're going to select insight, and it's going to give you a difficulty level. You can put in a 10, and then just click roll, and you're good to go.
10 difficulty. Got it.
Yay!
All right, excellent. You're going to see that D is looking intently towards the guards. Specifically, you're going to notice that around this refinery, most of those happen to be autonomous beings that kind of patrol the area. You're going to only notice a handful of actual sentient living guards, which of one of them in particular has the same height and body size as D at this moment. You see that they kind of stroll over, just, caught in the rigors of another day at the job. They walk over towards their station. You see that they kind of stretch out, yawn a bit, start talking to their partner. And at this point, they just seem to be there, again, just living their day-to-day life. Here is a guard.
We can take out the guards until they're here. She says this like enough to be heard, but she's also like very careful that like it's not loud enough to be heard by anyone else. And if they're not close enough to hear it, then they move closer. She's not going to get louder. What do you do?
Well, how do you all respond to D?
So you want us to take out the guards?
At least 4.
I mean, there is a reason I was a sniper. And he basically starts charging this really high-tech looking silver rifle. And parts are sort of glowing blue and charging up, and he's pressing a button here and there like it's second nature, which is a little odd considering.
Do any of you know how to set off bombs?
I mean, if the stories from my youth are correct, you simply light the fuse and throw.
To simplify it, yeah. I'm thinking we could create a distraction. You pick off the four that look. We steal their uniforms and break inside.
Okay. Well then, yes, I will take out the guards for you.
Well, we need to figure out a good distraction. You said you're not. Oh. What else could we use to draw attention? They can be.
I mean, you'd always probably just cause one of the automatons to go haywire.
I'm interested. Keep talking.
Well, I mean, it's all a matter of maybe ripping out a wire or two. I doubt we can get into programming them, but if we mess with their wiring enough, I would imagine that they go kind of loony, right?
Do you think you could hit one of the automatons, sniper?
Probably.
Where should he aim?
Just go in and just do it.
Probably at the wires, if they look humanoid, their neck region. If you don't get all of them, if you don't get the main power cord, you're likely to get the controls, and that will cause some form of haywire. Just don't sever all of the wires completely.
Alternatively, I could simply daze them.
Top Hat, you were saying something?
Benji, and I can go and walk in and just kind of sneak it behind one of the automatons and just the wire.
The humans do look tired, but the automatons might be scanning.
It's alright. See, these goggles that I wear, they're not just simply just for aesthetic looking. Actually, I built these goggles for me to be able to scan things that actually almost like X-ray. They can show me things that I just like but I can look at the wires and let me look, and I can quickly scan to see which one I can go ahead and pull real quick. It'll be really quick. I can do it. I know I can do it.
So I'm going to have to ask Benji there for a moment. Where did you get these miracle goggles? Because they sound amazing. And how many Fabula points are you willing to spend to have make those real?
10. I got them from 10. Guys 10 made them for me. And make one Fabula point.
All right. For this mission, for one Fabula point, I will allow you to have these awesome goggles. But after the mission, they malfunction.
Great. Take it back.
So as you slip on Benji, you slip on your goggles, and you begin to kind of mess around with them. Your vision turns into a scope where you're trying to actually get like a better view of the location. You're going to notice that as you're scanning, there's a plethora of guards, autonomous guards that are moving to and fro throughout this building and towards the outside of it as well. The two rooms that are there are basically kind of just like there to greet individuals when they show up at the gate, and that's basically it. You'll also notice drones flying about. The drones kind of humming and sounding like almost like flittering hummingbirds. Oh, for some odd reason I was going to say colibri. They're sounding like hummingbirds kind of flying around and wisping about. And you see that at this point, if you were to take action, you know that this would be like kicking a hornet's hive. You're just going to stir all of these individuals up.
So while he's looking through the goggles, D is looking around to see if there is a storage port for the ley line energy, if there's any kind of receptacle, almost like a barrel of gas that's used to provide energy to the facility itself.
Go ahead and do an insight willpower. CN for TN for this is going to be a little bit harder. It's going to be 13.
Okay. So difficulty 13?
Yep.
Ah, 10.
Would you like to spend a Fabula point to invoke a trait and reroll one of your dice?
No, she's actually gonna... Do any of you know how to judge where a power storage source is? If we blow that up, that could potentially draw attention away.
We could try.
Do you want me to spend a Fabula point already?
No, don't.
The one for the glasses, yes. And don't feel bad, by the way. This is going to be a quick timeout to introduce you to Fabula Ultima. The more Fabula points that you spend during a session, the more XP you get at the end of the session. So there's no loss to using Fabula points. Actually, the game says, hey, you should probably be spending your Fabula points.
How do you
Go ham.
your Fabula points?
If you run out of Fabula points in a session, at the beginning of the session, you will gain 1. Anytime you have a villain scene, you will gain 1. And if you ever surrender, you will gain 2. There's also a few other ways of getting it, but those are like the major ones.
You know what? I'll risk it, and I'll do a Fabula point then. Oh, I'm sorry. Did you want to say something?
No, I was going to say, I can scan for that, but Benji's scanning for it, but I was thinking, you know, all those drones are flying above. What if I just pick up this rock that I just see on the ground?
Benji! Perfect that you mentioned that. You go ahead, look down, and you begin to notice that there is a sewer system underneath the very street running into the refinery. At this point, you're going to realize that the tunnels there aren't as heavily guarded as the outside. As you're picking up this rock, by the way.
5.
Real quick, too, I can also actually sense the presence of magic, i.e. ley lines, because I can do ritualism.
Oh, anyone that can sense magic, you can sense the ley line. The only thing, though, is that the ley line is literally being drawn into the refinery.
So it wouldn't be easy to see if there's like a receptacle that could be tampered with or anything like that.
Oh, no, the receptacles are those huge 20 towers that are kind of harvesting the energies, yeah.
Okay.
So let me ask you guys, with my really cool goggles that I'm wearing right now, I can either target one drone to hit another drone with this rock and cause a distraction. Or you can go into these tunnels that I clearly just noticed when I was picking up. And I just looked down and I know
Tunnels.
leading to the plane.
Like D cuts them off and goes tunnels. Like, it's just rude.
Tunnels do seem safer.
Alright, tunnels. Look good.
All right.
So we're not shooting the guards.
No. That would draw too much heat.
He depowers his gun.
So, at this point, you're going to see that Benji kind of leads the party, looking for the nearest entryway into the tunnels. You're going to see that there's a sewer grate not too far from your location. At this point, Benji kind of points down towards it, noting that might be the entrance, the perfect entrance to get into these lower subterranean levels. And at this moment, probably without hesitation, and because I'm pretty sure that D probably has the highest might die size amongst all of you, D is just going to go ahead and grab that grate and just kind of rip it out of the ground and fling it as though it was nothing. At that point, you guys jump into the sewer systems, finding your way through this labyrinth in order to get into the refinery.
The only thing is, D would be careful to not just throw it, but just put it down, just because in case of the sound drawing attention.
Oh, for sure. And so at this point, we are going to be going into what's known as a Fabula Ultimate Dungeon, and I'm only going to explain this only to kind of pause and give you guys an idea as to how dungeons work here. So, instead of having a map where you guys get to move from room to room, this is more about scenes, things that happen during your encounters as you're moving towards your goal. There's going to be 3 scenes that are going to play out in this dungeon. For each of the scenes, I'm going to ask someone, hopefully someone different every time, to roll. If you have Wayfarer, you're going to be able to proc the Wayfarer abilities. But if you don't worry about it. But I do need you guys, one of you, to roll a 1d12, no, 1d10 as you're moving into the labyrinth.
I'll take the scout position for this first scene.
I'll take flank.
I rolled a 4.
Mm-hmm.
The labyrinth itself that is beneath the refinery seems to be, again, it's filled with refuse, but it doesn't seem to have anything else that really catches your attention. You're going to be navigating, following Benji's direction as Luca kind of takes lead, traversing these labyrinth tunnels. After a certain amount of time, you come to this one room that kind of stands out as far larger than the rest of the tunnels. You're going to notice that this room is kind of where most of the location or most of the tunnels from above, from the warehouse, kind of gather together. In the next instance, you're going to feel a shrugging as though the very stone walls begin to stir, and you're going to see that from several of these massive pipes, you see liquid pouring out. This is, again, the remnants of not the remnants, but the extract from the refinery process. At this point, I'm going to ask all of you to do a dexterity check. The DL is going to be 7.
So basically, if our dexterity is D8, it's 2D8s.
2d8s.
So my dexterity is D8, so I have to.
Yeah, so if you look at your character sheet, you can just go ahead and you'll be able to click on the roll check, and you'll be able to select the dexterity, and also put in the difficulty level.
What's the difficulty level again? Sorry.
It's going to be 7.
I got a 9, John.
I got a 9.
Excellent. From these massive pipes, you're going to see the remnants of the refinery process here, specifically this goo that comes out. It splashes down, and you see that it's superheated. The heat begins to overwhelm you. The stench of it as well distracts you, but you guys are able to avoid getting caught into that. You'll see that this goo kind of remains there, and then it begins to get funneled back into the tunnel that you came from, and you see that it just kind of moves slowly. Just this, again, the process of refining the elemental energies. For those that have capabilities with magic or tuned to magic, you're going to feel a slight headache. It's just, again, this is a distortion of the natural elemental world. At this point, I'm going to need another travel check once you're ready to go. This one is going to be a 1d12.
Is this the same technically room or scene?
This is the scene that just occurred.
Okay, so so this isn't like the other two where someone else is going to be in charge.
Correct.
Okay. So D12. You said a D12?
Correct. Anyone can do these travel checks. I usually tell the players to kind of pass around each other so that they, their character can do something. But if everybody's cool as the same person can roll them all the time, I really, it's up to you guys.
I'll move to the back after this, but I rolled an 11. So someone else can do it next.
All right.
D steps up. She notices that a couple of you have a hand to your head, or that you look uncomfortable. Stay frosty. There might be traps.
Stay frosty.
Stay frosty. That has remained and perpetuated through time.
So,
An old saying, but it's a saying nonetheless.
D isn't hip with the new lingo.
All right, so at this point, you go ahead. You're going to see that Luca begins to kind of guide the party once more, leading into the tunnels again. Benji, you begin to see that the factory is moving ever so closer towards you. You're almost there. You're just right beneath the factory itself. You just need to find the right tunnels to kind of make your way upwards in order to break into the factory. As Benji's kind of paying attention to that, Luca's kind of at this point leading the party. Going through the labyrinth of tunnels, you're going to see that Luca, for a moment, takes a pause, just hesitates ever so slightly, trying to decide what route to take. At this point, Luca, off in your distance, you're going to see this red glowing light that kind of, it's almost shining in your direction from one of the tunnels. You see it for a moment, blink once or twice, and then the red light goes ahead and turns off completely. This is down one of the tunnels, so imagine you're at a junction where one of the tunnels kind of straight forward ahead of you. You'll see kind of it gets dark, and you'll see this red light for a moment, and then off to the right, you'll see that the tunnel continues on, also becoming dark, but without the red light.
He holds his fist up for everyone to stop, and when they get close to him, there was a red light down that way, but it's gone now.
Go that way.
Follow as you wish. And he begins to head that way, but slower, powering up his gun, and staying towards the back now so he can have time to aim if he needs to.
Dee also, she takes the cloth that she had covering up her weaponry, and she pulls it to the side. It kind of flips away, and she ties it around her waist so that she still has access to it. But on her back, you can see her weaponry, and she has her hand on the handle of her iron hammer.
Also, Benji, can Benji go ahead and say, can you use his goggles one more time before it goes and malfunctions to see if which side we have to go, or we have to follow this one?
Oh, at this point, Benji, you're following Luca because you think, again, it's a labyrinth. It's very difficult to determine which path needs to be taken in order to get to the factory, and you've been doing it thus far. But at this point, when you got to that kind of junction between the tunnels, you opted to follow with Luca's guidance, and at this point, you're following or pursuing a tunnel where the red light was at. At that moment, as you're looking ahead of you, Benji, you're going to realize, or you're going to see, several figures running in speed towards your location. At this point, you begin to make out autonomous security forces that begin to converge on your party. And so, we're going to be jumping into our first fight.
Fuck yes!
Woo, fight!
Let's go!
Guys, get ready.
He's been itching for this.
Hey, John, I'm gonna be so sorry. I'm gonna say this now.
Yes.
I'm sorry. That's a good order.
Oh, yeah.
Benji's goggles, he looks straight ahead, tells everybody, everybody, gird your loins. We're about to have...
Oh, sure, you make fun of Frosty, but not gird your loins.
I mean, it's still weird. I just have to point it out when we're about to get attacked.
And he grabs his steampunk sword that he made, and he gets ready for a fight.
So at this point, you're going to see several automatons begin to fill the tunnel as they race towards you. You're going to be now jumping into your first fight. So, in Fabula Ultima, fights, how do they work out? We're going to take them step by step, and don't worry, everybody. Again, we're going to take it very light. We're going to take one step at a time so you guys understand. But first and foremost, you're going to see that you should have somewhere on your screen, if you have activated the HUD, the combat HUD, you should see that.
How do we do that?
That is going to configurations and activating the HUD. So that would be going into in Foundry, go on way to your right hand side, go into the configure settings, you're going to click on that, and then you're going to see the Fabula Ultima Project FU. And then the fourth tab down, you're going to see Manage Combat HUD Settings. You're going to click on that. Then there's a box that says, do you want to activate it? You're going to click on that and save. And then it's going to kick you out of Foundry, and you'll be brought back in, and you'll be able to see the HUD. But
okay, wait. I'm sorry. I'm not used to VTTs. Can you explain where I go again for this?
Sure. On Foundry, right-hand side on the top where the tabs are at, you're going to see the game settings, which looks like 2 cogs.
Okay.
Click on that. You're going to see Configure Settings. Click on that.
Okay.
You're going to see then on the left-hand side of the Configure Settings, you're going to see Fabula Ultuima Project FU. You're going to click on that.
Okay.
Fourth option down is going to say Manage Combat HUD Settings. Click on that.
Okay.
And then at the top it says choose your preferred options for the Combat HUD. Enable Experimental Combat HUD. Click on that little box.
And then save changes.
Go all the way down, save changes. Once you save it, it will kick you out of the room, and then it'll bring you right back in. But you should be able to have access now to the Combat HUD, which should pop up on your screen.
Oh, that looks like an old video game. I love that.
Very Fantasy Star.
Yeah.
Final Fantasy Mystic Quest is what I think of.
All right, so let me go ahead and set this up for you guys.
Ooh, I got like no HP.
45, you'll survive. 1 or 2 hits.
Yeah, but look at all the magic you have.
I know. And
All right.
magic.
So, combat in Fabula Ultima, technically speaking, the core book originally had it to where you have initiative and initiative order. That, again, kind of has been set off the side because there is another optional rule that you can pursue, and most people do, which is players get to go first. As long as there's no villain on the scene, players will get to go and take the first action. This is going to be a playback turn for turn, so the players get to go first, then the bad guys, and so on and so forth until the round is over. You guys taking actions, and then the bad guys taking actions as well. And then we will do this for a couple of rounds until you guys either defeat or run off the bad guys, or vice versa. They do that to you. And so you guys decide who gets to go first.
I didn't mean to do that. I'm sorry.
You're good.
Looks like Luca's going first.
Yeah.
I want to try my spell. I want to try using Lux because I can target all 4 of them.
Nice.
Okay, now you can only target up to 3 with Lux. You can't target all 4. Who would you like to target?
Let me do the 2 light and the Watcher.
Okay.
So I have to spend 30 MP. How do I do this?
If you target, so if you click Control T on the tokens, sorry, Shifty, you should be able to target the individuals in question that you're going to be fighting. You'll see a little dot appear on the top of the character. And then once you do that, you see that on your right-hand side where you rolled your stats, where you rolled the dice, it should say apply to selected token, and that will let you know if it hits them or not.
So it's Shifty?
Yeah.
And then I just...
Shit.
Well, but it's not letting me click multiples.
There
It goes. Okay. You have to drag and... Okay. So then I just click Lux and it automatically deducts?
Do you see where it says apply to selected token? You can click on the move on the right hand side. You're going to see it. It says your stats, your accuracy, which is 9 versus magic defense, damage 20 for Lux, and then right underneath that is the stats of what you rolled, and right underneath that is a little bar that says apply to selected token. And if you can't see it, probably just scroll down a little bit further. You should be able to find it. And if not, I can do it for you.
Okay, wait. Okay, okay. I have them targeted. I'm on my spells. Where am I supposed to be finding this? Apply to select?
On the
Look
chat.
at the chat.
Oh, the chat.
Fabula.
Sorry, I was looking at my character sheet.
It's okay. Happens to the best of us.
Mm-hmm.
Apply to selected token. Yes. Wait, it targeted me?
Did you take the damage? Yeah, you did. Okay. It's probably because you had you had been looking at your character sheet, and so the computer mistook you for it. So let's go ahead and get you healed. I'll take care of it this round, but I'll show you how it's going to work next time. So of the 2 individuals, of the 3 individuals, only 2 of them are going to get hit because the Watcher has more magical defense than this would apply to them.
Okay.
So he takes a hit, and he will take a hit.
And so basically, like, Luca has this, like, rifle, like, it's a 2-handed weapon, but he has it in one hand, and he puts it on his shoulder and just reaches his hand out. From his hand, these 3 beams of light just go arcing towards these automatons.
Very nice. All right, it is now going to be their turn. So let me go ahead. So Luca went. It is now going to be the Atom Security Detail Light, number 1. Oh, I need to create a macro for that. 3. This is going to be targeting D. You're going to see that the light atom is going to go ahead. It is going to claw at you, and you're going to see electricity kind of fills its claws, and it bounces towards you. Oh gosh, what a horrible roll. Horrible. At this point, you're going to see that D avoids the attack very easily, seeing them kind of coming on, like, right up to her, avoids the attack, and you see that the Atom Security kind of falls back. All right, it is the player's turn.
Can I just go? So I just go to attack that?
Whoever wants to go. So you guys as a party decide who gets to go next.
Yep. Cool if I go?
You can. I can make everyone go on their turn if you'd like.
Sure. Mess it up.
Sure. Can I like hit with charging cavalry and then have somebody else hit with the crushing chariot?
If that's your ability, for sure you can.
Okay. Well, what's a free attack is just the attack, right?
A free attack, yeah. A free attack is just the attack with the weapon, but you don't count in the HR, which is normally where you get the most damage out of the weapon.
I see. So Luke is already gone. Hey, Benjamin, would you like to go?
Benji. And yeah.
This is really funny.
I kind of love how no one calls him the right name.
Yeah.
This is entirely a me thing because I've done it to friends too who have like shortened their name. I just I'll name them every time.
He's just like, I just love how offended he was. It's Benji.
It's Benjamin.
So Benji goes, first of all, Luca's power. He's like,
hold on, one second. I do apologize, Benji. So, Amelia,
I'm using a skill to do this.
Yes, what action are you doing first and foremost?
I am using charging cavalry, which
on Benji.
Yes.
Okay, Benji, you're going to be performing a basic attack with your weapon.
Okay, I'm gonna go for. So, and this is free out. This is a free attack.
This is a free attack. This is not your turn. This is just a free attack. Amelia is basically directing you to go ahead and take off those cheap goggles and strike at the thing that's right in front of you, which hopefully is not D.
Yeah, please don't hit me.
He looks over again. Looks over Luca. He's honest with what? Then looks over D. Notices that D got hurt.
Nope. Didn't get hit, but it was attacked at me.
Oh, it was attacked at. So then he goes, grabs a sword, runs around D, and aims his, and charges for the top security detail heavy.
All right. Go ahead and do your attack.
And I'm gonna roll. And I have to put my on both, right?
So real quick, to make your lives a little bit easier, if you have your items equipped, which Benji does not. Benji, what item do you have on your character?
Oh damn! I didn't do that.
Did you get a great sword? It sounds like you have a great sword.
I do have a sword, but where do I go? Sorry.
No worries, I'm going to go ahead and equip it for you. I'll take care of that. Also, what armor do you have, Benji? It sounds to me like you're a person that would probably wear something that has a little bit more substance in order to avoid getting hit.
Yes, we'll do that. Whatever, if you want to, you want to do that for me too.
No worries. All right. So, if you look at your character sheet and you have your items equipped, you can actually just click on the image of the item, and the item will automatically perform the attack for you. And this also works with spells and abilities. You just click on the image, and it will actually go ahead and function. All right.
Oh. Cool.
So no, you did perfect, Benji. You ran up, you swung your great cog sword. At this point, you're going to see that you land the attack. It hits the item security detail heavy, but you are going to be reducing the damage by 6 because your highest roll upon the dice is 6 from your might. So you're only doing 10 damage.
Got it.
And so that was Benji's free attack. Amelia, still your turn.
Yes, I would also like to use Crushing Chariot, which is triggered by Charging Cavalry, and I may choose another player character that can hear me who is yet to take their turn, and they can take their turn now. So D, if you would like.
Absolutely.
By the way, just let you know, you can actually use that on Benji also, because Benji still hasn't taken his turn. Even though you haven't forced a free attack, technically speaking, he hasn't taken his turn. Just for the feature, go ahead, D.
Okay, thank you.
So, D watches, and not to be outdone, she pulls her iron hammer from her back and runs forward, swinging it as she goes towards the ASM security detail watcher. Is it you said it's Shift?
Shift T?
Shift T, thank you.
Yep.
There we go. And going to use boop. Iron hammer.
That is going to be a hit.
Nice.
All right, so that is going to then be that is going to be D's turn. All right, so you're going to see that D runs up after Amelia inspires her. D closes the distance between the herself and the Watcher, one of the atoms that looks a little more frail, comparatively speaking, to its brethren that are there. And you see that she goes ahead and smacks him with a hammer, you said?
Iron hammer, and it's kind of like she takes it low and then does it under its head to kind of like just kind of bonk it in the noggin.
That perfect. I love it. So, yes.
Real quick, how do you deselect tokens?
Shifty.
Thank you.
No worries. All right, so the next ASM security detail heavy number 1 is going to go ahead and take their turn. I do believe this is a D4. Excuse me. I have to create macros. All right. This is going to go after Luca.
That's rude.
It's what the dice told me. All right. He is going to go ahead and fire off with his... He's actually going to attack you with his arm blade. You see that he covers the distance, slashes at you with his arm blade. Oh, so close to a crit. So close to a crit.
Oof. Oof. That's scary.
Can I actually defend him, protect him?
Do you have protect?
I do.
Yes, you can.
Real quick, just so I understand how this works, because it's an Esper thing. If I wanted to use my psychic shield for this, I would fill in a slot on my brainwave clock, and it would be my current willpower die plus the filled in sections of brainwave clock multiplied by 2, so it'd be a 12 as opposed to a 9. Correct?
Correct, but you would have to have activated the brainwave clock.
Right. But it says I can do it after an enemy you can see performs an accuracy check or a magic check. So I can do that after?
Oh, then go for it.
You're welcome. No. Amelia can defend me. I just want to make sure I understand how that works for the future.
No, it's totally fine.
Yeah, I'll protect. My defense is 13. Is it meets it beats it sort of deal?
Yep.
So I don't take damage?
No, if it meets it beats.
I was wondering which side of the meats is beating.
Oh gosh, it still hit Luca for some odd reason. I don't know why.
I got it.
Be healed.
6.
Whoa.
I'm the healer.
Alright, you see that the ATOM security detail heavy goes ahead, runs up on Luca, slashing at him with this blade that's attached to their arms. You're going to see that Amelia jumps in the way to deflect the attack from Luca, taking the blow herself. It is now going to be the party's turn, and the last person to take their turn is going to be Benji.
So I'm going to go grab my great sword. By the way, how many items? How do I equip this? Everything shows empty.
It should be in your equipment. I believe you should, your combat, you should already have it attached.
Where's that at?
Items?
Yeah, I'm in items. All I see is unarmed strike and then crimps.
No, you have it there. I see it under items. I see it with the great sword and the runic plate.
Oh, you're seeing that because I don't see anything. Okay. It's that's why I was very confused. That's why I see stuff in chat. I'm trying to figure out where that stuff is. But all right, just grab my great sword. I'm gonna go ahead and heavy again. Run up to him. And I'm gonna do a roll check, right?
So, real quick, do me a favor, Benji. Look at your character sheet, go to stats. The first page, or the first tab.
Okay.
There underneath, you should see unarmed strike, great sword, runic plate, so on and so forth.
I see nothing, and so it's empty.
Huh. Okay.
You equipped it?
I'm going to suggest that you step out of the room and come right back in, and then you should probably put everything back in order for you. All right, everybody, just keep quiet. When Benji gets back, we'll just say that everybody died.
Oh no.
Don't do that.
Benji's like, what did I do?
You left us.
You went out to buy a pack of cigarettes and you never came back.
Party way.
Wrong game. My bad.
Great sword. Okay, great. I see it now. Understand.
Excellent. All right. So go ahead and target who you want to hit, and just all you're going to do is Shift T. By the way, you can also right-click on them, and you're going to see little images pop up on the token. On the right-hand side, you're going to see what looks like a target or bullseye. You can just click on that, and that will target the individual, specifically who you want to hit. Just letting you guys know.
I'm just gonna keep it simple. All right, because then I forget. All right, so I'm gonna I have it on. Someone on security detail heavy, and now I go just roll check, right? Click on the roll check side.
Go to the greatsword. Just click on the item. You'll just on the picture of the item. Just click on that. It's gonna do everything else automatically for you.
Okay, I clicked. Did it do anything?
I don't see it hasn't done anything.
Oh, there it goes.
So we'll keep the first roll, not the second one. All right. So you're bringing up your greatsword, and you are attacking the Atom Security Detail Heavy. You do land. The 16 for its defense is going to be taking that hit. All right, excellent. All right, so we are now going to be at the last two turns because, of course, Rylan kind of threw off everybody's turn order. So the last two are going to be enemies straight back to back. First one is going to be the Atom Security Detail Light. It is going to go first. Oh, by the way, it did hit. No, it never hit. Never mind. Sorry, my misunderstanding.
You're good. I forgive you.
All right, this is going to be attacking D.
I take it back.
No, of course, understood.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I don't have any more protect.
You're okay.
This thing, oh my gosh, bro, these are terrible rolls. Okay, you're going to see that the Atom Security Detail Light runs up, tries to smack D with its electrified claws. It does not succeed as D is able to withstand the Atom Security Detail Light. It is now going to be Atom Security Detail Watcher. You're going to see that the Watcher opens up its chest, and you're going to see that from it, you're going to see a shard, a crystal shard. It seems to be imbibed with magic. Any of you that, again, are sensitive to magic, you're going to see this immediately.
Get down.
So it is going to go ahead and cast its magic. It's going to be targeting. Who's it going to target? I'm going to roll 1d4. This is the person it's not going to target. It's not targeting Amelia.
Yeah.
The one person you truly want to hit.
Honestly, might.
So that's a 10?
Oh, my apologies. Actually, I did the wrong spell, so I do apologize. It meant to target one person. Hold on.
Whoops.
Okay.
It's not targeting Amelia, unless I roll Amelia now. Okay, it's going to be targeting Luca. It hits for a 10 against the magic defense.
So are you rolling for magic defense now?
No, your magic defense, if I look at your character sheet, is going to be a 9.
Okay, so then I am going to spend Psychic Get. Okay. Advanced Break. Okay. Well, that's not letting me do anything. Oh, okay, so that. So then I spend Psychic. Okay. Whatever, that's going to make my magic defense a 12.
So you spend the Psychic Gift, you're going to get the Psychic Shield, so it's going to increase it by your willpower die size.
It just makes my magic defense score, my willpower die size, plus the number of filled-in sections by Braven Clock, which is 1, times 2, so it makes my magic defense 12 for I don't know how long.
All right. Just for the attack. So it goes right back, and so you'd have to use it every time with the attack. All right.
Cool.
So that's going to... Go ahead.
How that looks is like this thing comes in and his body, like, you know that photo I have where there's like little like lines of light are across his skin? When the blade hits, his skin just like erupts in those lines all over as it just kind of deflects off.
Very nice. So you see that the Watcher goes ahead, and you see that it concentrates the magical energies within the crystal, fires it off. You're going to be buffeted by wind within this tunnel. You're going to see that Luca is able to deflect it. The rest of you, though, kind of feel the wind as well. And so that is going to be the end of the first round of combat. We are going to be now moving towards the second round, top of the round order. You guys get initiative. So who would like to go first?
I'll go.
Amelia, you go first this time if you want.
Me? Who wants to go?
We're playing till 11.
I thought we were playing like 10:30, 11, somewhere in there, but whatever Jen wants to do.
10:30 is fine.
Just making sure.
I mean, I can play this game all night long, so cool.
You're good. You've had enough coffee.
Alright, I'm being voluntold to go first. Who wants to go once or maybe twice? Putting it up to the room.
Oh, Benji wants to go. You got something to prove, buddy.
I do.
Benji.
Benji's just he's like hyped, he's pumped. This is what he's trained for.
Benji, have your free attack.
Yeah. I want to go for that. He goes for that heavy hitter. He wants him out. So let me shift G. Clearly I'm gonna hit T. And then I'm gonna go Great Sword. Damn it.
That is going to miss.
Damn it. At least it was a
He can have his attack now, his regular turn now, if you'd like.
Yes, I'll go again.
Dig it. Prove yourself. Redeem yourself.
Yeah, Tom moves out of the way. Then Benji quickly does a quick 360 turn, and then uses his sword, goes like midway towards the middle, just to hit the security detail, and he rolls.
That will hit.
Yeah. You did it.
I did it, guys.
All right. You're going to see that the attack hits. The security detail goes ahead. You're going to notice that this strike hits it, cutting through the metal armor that it has, and you're going to see now that wires are kind of displayed. You'll see electricity shooting off of it as the atom heavy kind of starts stumbling over upon itself. All right, so that is going to be both Amelia's turn as well as Benji. It is now going to be the Detail Light number 1's turn. It's going to go after D yet again.
Crying, guys.
They're doing everything that they can. Those poor guys. That time is going to hit for sure.
It hit.
No.
13 damage.
Amelia, would you like to use Protect and jump in the way?
D has more health than me, and I'm good. I like D.
Yeah.
All right. So at this point, the atom light goes ahead and strikes you. You see that its claws are electrified, and as the moment that they hit you, you feel the energy coursing through your body. Your character is actually going to be slowed.
All right, so got slowed down.
So if you go to your character sheet, right underneath the image of your character token, you're going to see a list of...
Oh, the turtle?
Correct.
Yep.
All right, and so now it is going to be the party's turn. You have D and Luca who can take their turn next.
I'm slowed, so...
Okay, I will go then. So basically... his skin is like still, that shimmering glow is fading as he like takes a hop back and spins this rifle into his arm, like takes aim, makes a little kiss with his face, and pulls the trigger on Atom Security Detail Light 2.
All right, roll them.
Okay, so this is because I have the Psychokinesis. I can replace one of my attributes with willpower, so with the Soleus out. I didn't mean to do that. 12, 13, 14, 15. Did I get a +3 accuracy on that?
I mean,
So-
that's definitely going to hit.
So it's, well, what were my 2 rolls? I did an 8 and a, well, I didn't roll my willpower, oh well. But the 8 plus 12, so that's 20 light damage.
Okay. All right, you see that the light damage comes down upon the atom light, number 2, and you see that the machine continues to try to move forward. The light damage begins to sear it. You'll see that the edges of its metal plating begins to burn brightly red, kind of demonstrating the intense energy from your light attack that hits it. The atom begins to kind of slow down in its movements. Excellent hit.
Now it's my turn.
Nope, it is now going to be Atom Heavy. It's turn. The only person that can make this all weird is, of course, Rylan. That's kind of weird. That's all I know here
Thank you
for.
for inviting me to these things, John. I appreciate it, but you know I'm gonna mess with you.
I've never figured it out, but I love you. I think you're great. You're just perfect. All right. Going to be attacking, the heavy, Atom Heavy is going to be attacking Amelia. Going to be doing their arm blade. And it is going to miss. You see that the heavy begins to move forward. You see that the sparks are flying. It goes ahead and thrusts with its massive arm blade. You'll see that Amelia pivots, barely just missing it. And again, you see that she avoids the attack. It is now going to be Dee's turn.
He gets like a few strands of hair.
Not even. Didn't even land a hit.
So Dee is going to she kind of like shakes off the electricity that she had to deal with and takes her hammer and just kind of like raises it and side swipes it, trying to get it in the side of its head with the iron hammer.
You're targeting the heavy. All right. With that, go ahead and describe how your hammer bashes the Atom Heavy.
It takes it so hard into the side of its head that it actually smashes it in a little and leaves a little bit of a crater. And when it does hit, there's like an electric kind of like discharge from it. And then she pulls the hammer back, spins it, and has it at her side again, ready to go.
Very nice. All right, and so we're going to go ahead. That is going to be Dee's turn. Now it's going to be the Atom Light and Atom Water that are going to take their turns consecutively. So Atom Light.
I really like this combat system, actually.
Going to take out, it's going to attack Amelia.
Good stuff.
With your massive defense, I'm positive they're not going to hit you anytime soon. They'd have to.
Psychic Shield is fucking awesome, for the record. That was
And
really
so, Watcher is going to go ahead, target. It's going to be targeting Benji.
It's so offended, Carlos. Like, what? The nerve.
You're thinking like, they're not done. They didn't see me. This is great.
Oh, Jesus, Mary.
Oh my god.
Definitely is going to hit.
I'm so gonna get you, bitch.
Hey, same house buddy.
All right, so that is going to be the end of the second round. We're going to be moving up to the third round, but since we are going to be calling it at 10:30 and we're only 4 minutes away, I think that this would be just a great time to pause it, and we'll pick up next week, or next session, I should say, with you guys going first in the combat round as you continue to navigate the labyrinth underneath the factory or the refinery where you guys are headed to find that secret item.
Okay, cool.
Should not believe we're
Fair enough.
Sounds
Unless,
good.
do we want to, real quick, I'm just kind of feeling everything out. Do we want to go till 10:45 or are we good at 10:30?
I'm
10:30, I think it's. Yeah.
Well, in that case, let me grab my phone real quick. Just so we can tell everyone when the next session is. Because I have notes, theoretically.
He has an Xbox to read, guys.
So, real quick, as Logan is looking that information up, I'm going to show you this cool little trick. I'm going to do it to all you guys right now. So look at your character sheets, please. Bring up your character sheet in the system.
Yeah.
So I'm going to go ahead and, I'm missing someone. I'm missing Benji. I don't know why Benji's not here. And I'm also missing, oh my gosh, I'm also missing Rylan. I don't know why Rylan's not here.
Do I not get XP?
You're going to be missing XP, and I don't want you to. Hold on a second. Let me see what I can figure this out. Anyways, I'll tell you right now. I'll do it. This is going to be for... Oh, Benji just came up. Logan left. Okay, this is weird. Whatever. I'm going to go ahead and click on it. So you're going to see that your characters are going to be receiving XP, and it's going to calculate your Fabula points that you have used up, and it's going to go ahead and add that all together and already tally for it. If you look at your character sheet up at the top, you should see a little button, like to press in order to, like, you know, level up. You can just click on that and it'll automatically level up your character once they're ready to level up. So at this point, since you guys are not leveling up because you only got 6 XP, you guys go ahead and add those 6 XP, everybody, to your character sheets, which are Logan and Rylan, just because for some odd reason you just didn't appear in the system.
It might have been because my character sheet popped out. I don't know.
Wait, is it the active characters that also determines it? Is that like the people that you click on? Or that show to you?
It should be the active characters, but it's not showing your character or Logan's characters being active. I'm gonna have to figure this out, as chances are just some weird glitch with the system, or maybe just having to leave Foundry and then come back in and now get it back to working again.
Mine already has the 6 in there, so just leave it alone, right?
Yeah, yours is good. Benji's should be good as well. And then it's just Rylan and Logan that need to put 6 just for next week, so you guys, next session, so you guys recall. And then if you look over on the character sheet on the right-hand side of the screen, right where your character's at, you should see the Bearers of Echo. You can click on that, and it's going to be your character sheet for your party. So this is going to have all the information for your party. It also keeps track of inventory when you find things, and I kind of, create little items for you and put it in there. On top of that, if you do a study check, you're going to be able to see advisory or adversaries. I don't know. I'm not speaking now. You should be able to see. You should be able to see the adversary stats, and as you study them, it'll actually populate it with information. So it's super cool.
Okay, rad.
Nice.
Okay, so our next session will be in 2 weeks. That'll be August 15th. That's right. That's when I have it down. August 15th. Viewers, this is going to be uploaded to YouTube. Please come join our Discord channel. Come talk to us about Fabula Ultima. Come talk to us about a lot of games. Tag us. We'll answer questions. We're really excited to hear from you, just as I'm sure you're excited to see us on your wonderful computer and TV screens. Thank you so much for joining us today. This has been session 1 of, we're doing, 9 sessions? 10 sessions? 10 sessions. And I'm very excited where this is going. I think we have a really cool party dynamic. Jordan, thank you so much for your time and energy in running this for us. Rylan, Carlos, Sunny, thank you so much for being part of this special program with us. And listeners, have a wonderful rest of your day and enjoy your weekend. Have a good one. Bye-bye.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Thank you.